how exciting it is that I am back, and so is the Real Housewives of Atlanta, darlings. Okay, let's just get straight into this review. Okay, what's tea? What happened? Okay, we begin the episode. They're talking, they're shooting the shit. One thing there that we noticed was that there is no Kim Fields, as we, pretty much figured that Tootie, she wasn't going to come back for this season. Maybe she got her bills caught up and she didn't need to come back. If that's the case, right on, bitch. Get your coins and keep it moving. Move on to something more positive. I'm here for you, sis. Okay. Lanithia not here either. I thought Lanithia was coming back for this season, but I guess not. All right. So Candy, she still looks good. She still snatched. She keeping that baby weight off. She, she's waking up to Todd and the baby Ace. He's so adorable. And he's still a little baby, but they trying to potty train him or whatever already to be on the toilet, which is kind of weird to me because the baby ain't nowhere near a year or so. But it's interesting to me. I don't know how old the baby is now in today's time. But I mean, hell, he gonna have to learn how to do it anyway. So I get it. These modern day parents, child. Well, I don't know if they're really modern day because they kind of up in age, but this technology, child. I don't know. She's a little candy coated, nice. I don't know, child. It's a little inappropriate, but all right. So Todd and them is talking. She was just like, you know what? I done pushed this damn baby out. Um, the least that you can do is, change diapers and stuff. Apparently, Todd is not the one to change diapers and do this and that. Most men are. Most men seem to be like that. A trip when it comes to, um, really being there through the long haul, doing the dirty, the nasty, the smelly shit when it comes to having babies and dealing with babies. So most of the time it be women that be doing that, but I'm like, why can't the men do it too? It's stupid to me, but so I got something else to do. I don't know if Hollywood Divas come back for a second season. I know he was one of the executive producers from that show, so I don't know if he, that or other women. I just don't know. I don't know what it is. Okay, so they're talking and having fun, and Candy was just like, you know what? She made a comment. She was like, it's interesting because I was the only person that was single when I first arrived on the show, and now I'm the only one that's like happily married and all this stuff. Let's hope it stays that way, Sister Burris. Okay, let's scoot on over to Sheree. She by Sheree, Chateau Sheree is coming along together. It's really beautiful. It's a huge house. It looks like a church. My mom was like, "That house looks like a church," and I was like, "It does look like a church." Um, so it's literally like she's weeks now. Finally, after so many years, guys, she's finally getting ready to move into the chateau. Um, so she got her, I don't know, interior designer, whoever the guy was. Just some Atlanta queen child. He came, over and he was talking and they was shooting the shit and she's excited. She was just like, to anybody who has never built their home from the ground up and to anybody who's never put money into their home and pay for it themselves, they shouldn't have shit to say about me and how long it took for me to get my stuff together. No, I don't own my own home, so I can't throw Sheree too much shade. So do you think, sis? I mean, it takes time. It definitely takes time. It takes time. All right. So she looked cute in her confessionals as well. Sheree is beat to the gods. Okay. Let's go on over there to Phaedra. Phaedra, she, sitting there making lemonade. Um, my daddy said shoot. Okay. Came into this world, daddy's little girl, and daddy made a soldier out of me. Mm-hmm. This guy in his head held high, told my 99. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all saw Beyonce on the CMA Awards. The white folks went crazy. They went crazy. They don't want us to have shit, but they can take all our stuff, can't they? My God. I started to do a video on it. I was just like, this shit is crazy. I might still do a video on the Beyonce thing, on what I think about the whole CMAs and how they, overreacted with Beyonce being on the show. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all want me to do a video on it, on the whole, thing with Beyonce at the CMAs, Country Music Awards, with the Dixie Chicks. Child, I ain't seen Dixie since damn Win Dixie. The store was down here in South Carolina. I ain't seen Dixie Chicks. I ain't seen Dixie since we had a cookout and we bought some Dixie plates. So child. But anyway, okay, what was I talking about? Okay, Phaedra, she making lemonade. Then all of a sudden, Portia comes over in her tight dress and her big booty, and she has two little swords or whatever for the little boys. Apparently Phaedra went on ahead and went through with the divorce, and she is getting it finalized, and she's trying to work everything out with the whole divorce, and that whole jazz. And Portia was asking Phaedra, she was just like, are you ready to get back out there in the dating field? She was just like, once my divorce get finalized, yada yada. Y'all can't tell me ain't nobody been beating Phaedra Walls down this whole time. Child, please. You can please. Somebody been getting that Phaedra. Okay, so all of a sudden a knock comes on the door and it's a guy in the horse and carriage. And he comes in, he gives Phaedra an invitation, and it's an invitation to Kenya Moore's housewarming party. Moore Manor is definitely up and running. So we think. And she was just like, damn, that's crazy. And she Kenya Moore had put in the shady ass invitation. She was just like, no thoughts or no people with short dresses don't bring somebody unless they're hot or something like that. And I was just like, oh, how convenient. So of course, Kenya did not invite Portia to the housewarming, and Portia wasn't gonna go until Phaedra invited her. She was just like, I want you to go because I don't want to go by myself. They're each other's support system, especially since Phaedra and Candy ain't hitting on shit no more. And so now it's all about Portia and Phaedra. So hell, is what it is. Speaking of Moore Manor, she's over there. She's got some nails and she got some hammer. I wish I had a hammer, y'all. She got some. Let me take this lotion bottle. She got some hand. She got some nails, and she's just nailing the girls. Okay, I don't want to hit my laptop too hard, but she just nailing. She just nailing. Child, I gotta get this housewarming together. Them bitches coming next week. I gotta get together. And I'm just thinking this whole time, like, if you're really not ready, if your home, Miss Moore, is really not prepared, why the hell are you having this housewarming thing? All this shit is just to impress other people. Like, is she really that focused on a deadline, this little stupid bet she made with She by Sheree, that she's willing to try to rush and get this whole housewarming thing together when the house is, like, almost done but not completely done? I don't get that. Like, that was just so weird to me. Like, stop trying to impress people. They don't care about you anyway. So anyway. So, they was just like, okay. But, Kenya, she just the nailing and stuff and trying to get everything together. It was just like, look, lady, we working hands and our back is hurting, our neck is broke, like, our ears ringing. We tired of you. We tired of looking at all these damn woods. This dip in the damn driveway. Death, honestly, truly, if you're not paying attention. And it's just like, no, ain't nobody got time for that, Miss Moore. So she talks about Matt. Apparently, when they was all in Jamaica, that Matt had he saw something in her phone, saw a text or something, but he damn lost it. I knew that Matt was a little ticky boom from when they was in Jamaica. So I'm not really surprised. Matt looked crazy. So how some people just look crazy? He looked crazy. So I wasn't surprised when he showed out. Apparently he, broke the doors and stormed out and stepped on the house like the Hulk, and it was a mess. And so Kenya Moore and Matt is not together apparently. So that was just very interesting. I was just like, okay, we all kind of wanted to work. Those of us that like Kenya, at least a little bit, we all wanted Kenya's relationship with Matt to work out because she does need love at the end of the day, like I need love. One day, Jesus. I have love in my life, obviously, my family and everything, but I mean, like my own actual thriving relationship, you know, which I've never had before. So I'm excited about that whenever it comes. Hopefully, the kids don't be 70 when it comes. Now, won't be able to, I just won't be able to enjoy it as much as I would, now. So, um, I'm glad Matt didn't beat her up. I was just like, damn, Matt, going crazy and shit. You didn't pay for none of this, sir. So anyway, they're not together, and he helped kind of build more manner, and all this stuff. And y'all, it's a cut literally on my tongue. I want to show y'all. Oh, okay. It hurt in the back some damn way, and it fucking hurts so bad. Like I don't know how the hell it hurts. But anyway, oh God, it's hard to swallow, Jesus. And I wanted some good old Campbell soup. I could barely eat it. I was just like, mm. But maybe this is good because I am trying to lose weight. So maybe, just not eating a little bit. Maybe they can help me out. I got more than enough. I got more than enough. All right. Um, so they're talking and not they're talking. King is talking and she's just kind of upset, yada yada. Okay, so let's get on over to Cynthia. This is definitely the sad part of the show. Cynthia and Peter are actually really, truly, honestly, shouts out to Joanne the scammer. They are really getting a divorce. She goes and she and her braids goes to meet with this divorce attorney. He was just like, "Look, I need your information. I need his information. Then we can do this." She was like, "Well, how long will it actually take for the divorce to go through?" He was just like, "I need your information. I need his information." And he was like, "Did he sign the prenup?" She was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Well, good." And well, he was like, "Well, good," telling her that. And then he was like, "But still, at the end of the day, I need your information. I need his information." And it's good he signed a prenup, but he can't get none of your coins. The coins that he ain't already, discard of, darling. Um, but she was just like, just need a good old printout. I need his signature. I need to talk to him and find out what's the tea. So Cynthia ended up calling Peter on the phone. And he was just like, "Hey, what you want?" basically. And she was like, "Oh, nothing." She was like, "What you doing?" He was like, "I'm with my woman. I'm with my other woman." He was like, "Are you trying to be?" She was like, "Are you trying to be funny to me?" And he was talking about his business. Apparently, the one that's in Charlotte, the one that Portia said that all the waitresses are getting paid through dick. So I mean, it is what it is. It's good for the kids sometimes, but it don't none of that pay the bills. So don't be stupid for too long. All right, so she was just like, "Look, I'm trying to find the whole. What did she say? She's trying to find a prenup, I believe." And he was just like, "Well, maybe your mom and them got it, because if y'all remember from 6 years ago, I can't believe it's been that long. These girls been on the show, some of them." And she was just like, "Remember from 6 years ago when Cynthia's mama and sister had hid the marriage license and all that from them?" He was like, "Maybe it'd be somewhere where the license is." And I was like, "Child." And Cynthia was like, "Sometimes Peter has good days where they get along and talk on the phone, and sometimes they don't." One thing that he did say that kind of shocked me was when they was FaceTiming or Skyping or whatever the hell. Um, he said that "What you doing calling me? I ain't talked to you, or I ain't seen you in 3 months." I was like, wow. So they really are like dun 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 dun, dun gone, dead, boots down. But it was just interesting because at the reunion last season, Andy and everybody was just like, okay, y'all don't see each other for months at a time. Y'all ain't together. But they just wouldn't admit that they wasn't together at the time. They was just like, oh, we just working it out. And, we just distancing ourselves from each other. Most of the time when you distance yourself from your significant other, y'all don't get back together. Shit, it's too much fun on the outside. You be like, oh, shit, this is what I've been missing out on this whole time. So hey, a break is good for like a week, maybe, or maybe 2 weeks. But for months at a time, y'all ain't together. Stop fronting for the vine, please. So they ended up hanging up, and he was just like, "Well, I hope you find it." She was like, "Well, I'll get back with you when I do find it." Okay. Portia, she's still doing her thing, I guess, with the hair and Ricky Smiley and all that good stuff. And she is actually she's going to therapy. We found out last season at the reunion that she was seeking therapy, which is good. And she basically talked about her whole thing with growing up and her being in junior high and high school and being bullied. I was as well, at times, and so I can understand that. And she was just like, she had big teeth and big eyes, and people used to pick with her and mess with her. And she was like, her brother was very popular, um, in school, and she was just like the kind of nerdy kid sister. And so she holds a lot of that, and she just wants to be able to control her anger to get the girls together without putting her hands on the girls. And the therapist was just like, okay. The therapist looked like he was low key like taking off her clothes in his mind or some shit. Like he looked like a pervert to me. But okay. And she was just like, I just been through a lot and I just want to change. And, so that's good that she's going to therapy. I applaud anybody for going to therapy because, a lot of people don't like to admit that they're crazy. I admit I think it's a part of what makes me me. So I admit mines, but a lot of people don't want to admit, that they have a potential problem. I don't think I have a problem. Get off of me. But who knows? Opinions, darling. Opinions. Okay. Is everybody else crazy? I'm not. Okay. So what else? What? What? Don't talk to me. Okay. So anyway, Cynthia, she came over to Kenya's house, because Kenya's having the whole housewarming thing that she on purpose did not invite Portia to. So they're talking, and Cynthia, she picks up this what she pick up? She pick up this random ass flowers in the floor. They had a card attached, and it was a letter from Matt. He apologized, and Kenya's the light of his life and all this kind of stuff. He's really sick in the head. And he was just like, "Oh, I miss him." And Kenya was like, "Oh, I kind of miss Matt, but I mean, it is what it is, whatever." Um, I just can't get over Kenya now. Kenya, we cool. I fucks with you, Team Swirl. But why did you have that damn housewarming and you wasn't the house wasn't ready to receive heat? Who does that? Like, who are you really trying to impress? Like, no, I don't want to embarrass myself like that. Mm-mm. Yeah, you're welcome. I for sure wouldn't have gave these girls any kind of reason to sit back and talk about me even more. So Kenya actually, she had a lot of people there. She had Caucasians there, like she had a couple of Asians there. I ain't seen no Latinas that I could see with my good eye, but she had some of everybody there. I was like, damn, Kenya, you invite all these, you invite all these folks down here with this unfinished ass house. I was done. So it was so funny when Sheree she ended up coming down the hill. Kenya's house is down this big ass hill. Like, Kenya, if you're in trouble, who gonna come and save you, sis? I don't know. Maybe she's a witch. She gonna have to know some. She gonna have to know some powers or some shit because she's literally in the woods in the ditch. It's not. It's not even shade. It's the truth. I don't know why. Whatever. So Sheree, she was just like, She looked at the driveway. She took off her heels and put on some flip flops. And when she got down to the driveway, she was like, "Oh, this is the red carpet." And she was like, "Oh, on top of dirt, okay." So she walks in, and she sees Cynthia in all her glory, all her big hair and Africanness. And she was just like, "Cynthia, I'm finna burn the hell up. What is going on? What's tea?" She asked Cynthia how she was doing. Cynthia was just like, "I'm doing all right, best as I can do." And Sheree definitely went through a very, hard divorce from her husband Ed, but they seem to kind of be working it out now. Did y'all saw when Sheree showed her daughter, the youngest one, Kari or Kayla, something like that? How much she's grown up. Like, she's literally 18 now, and she looks so much like Cynthia's daughter. It's crazy. So I was just like, wow, how time flies. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So they're and Sheree finna burn up. Everybody finna burn up, but only Sheree is brave enough to speak on it. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, we got Phaedra and they got Portia in the car, uninvited Portia. And they getting ready to come into the car, and Portia was just like, "I done turned over a new leaf, and I'm getting ready to come to this party I wasn't invited to." So Kenya, she comes up to Sheree. They're talking, being all fake and hugging each other. And Kenya was just like, "Oh yeah." She was like, "I done got rid of the ogres and everything." She was just like, "Wow, I could just imagine if it took me 5 years to do this." Throwing little digs at Sheree. Sheree was just like, "Well, it was actually 4 years, but when you put your everything into this, and when you don't take out loans or whatever the hell she said, she was just like, you have to do that." So Sheree changed the subject. She was just like, "Who are you invited?" She was like, "Did you invite Portia?" And Kenya was like, "No, I didn't invite Portia because I just didn't want discord in my home. Last time we saw Portia, she chased the girl down the street in her Santa outfit. So I just didn't want no foolishness at my house." Which was, I was like, "Kenya, please. Like, come on now. Portia ain't gonna show out at your damn house. She might throw shade, she ain't gonna show out." Like, they do pick on Portia a lot. I will give them that. Well, more so Kenya than the other girls. Not saying that Portia don't do anything, that warrant, the treatment that she gets sometimes. But most of the time, Portia's pretty innocent, at least to me. And I'm a Twirlian. But I can keep it real and be unbiased when it comes to certain stuff. Okay, so Phaedra and Portia, they ended up coming, and everybody's holding their hands, all in these heels and tight dresses, and trying to walk, and Kenya just got rocks and shit every damn where, like a damn, like a campsite, and I was just like, "What the Kenya?" So Portia ended up coming in first before Phaedra. I'm like, "Phaedra, you're supposed to go in first before Portia. Portia's supposed to be the surprise, bitch. I'm not invited, but I'm here." Phaedra, you was the one that was invited. You're supposed to walk your ass in first, but okay. So Portia come in greeting everybody like it's her party. All of a sudden, Kenya comes out the shadows, and she was just like, "Oh, well, I need to talk to you, Portia." And then it pretty much ended after that. So we'll see the shady conversation with next week. I don't think Kenya put her out her party though. Hopefully she didn't. Because that would be mean. Kenya, don't put Portia out your party. Like, come on, let that old shit between y'all die down. It's not like you didn't deserve it. Like, come on now, let's keep it real. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to mention. Kenya had called Sheree to invite her over the phone. About her party and her housewarming and all that kind of stuff. They had this little bet going on where who would be in their house or whatever first. And I guess Kenya won. I don't know. Maybe Sheree's thing was done before whatever the hell. Who cares? And Kenya was just like she said in her confessional. She was like, I would have gladly sent a horse and carriage to give Sheree her invitation, but I don't know where the hell she lives. I don't know if she lives in a halfway house or whatever the hell. I was like, Kenya, I could not. It's a mess. Let the shade begin. I'm definitely excited that this show is definitely back on. Um, us as vloggers and bloggers, those of us that review and have watched the Real Housewives of Atlanta faithfully for all these years, we're invested in these girls now. We feel like we know them in a way. And I'm in South Carolina, so Atlanta is literally just like 2 hours and like 15 minutes for me or something. So it's nothing, to my cousins or whatever. So shouts out to my aunt and uncle that stay in Atlanta. But it's just like, it's like you when you're invested in them, whether we have speculations that this season is going to be boring or not, you still watch, and you still are interested because we have invested time and energy into their lives on TV. So it is what it is. I feel like Real Housewives of Atlanta should go on for maybe one more season, season 10, and have that be it. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how good the season is, and I might change my mind. I'm just human. I have the right to change my mind, right? A little update on me. I did not review the season finale of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood because I was out of town. And I was literally like back and forth, up and down. I went to North Carolina, then I went to Atlanta. So I was just up and down, left and right, boom, 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 boom. And I didn't have time to review it. Now I did ended up watching it actually before I started doing this review. And like I saw many people's videos, it was just like the shit was boring, and I actually agreed with them. Many people's reviews on the season finale, it was actually boring. All that happened was just Ray J and Princess and Sonia foolishness. Ended up getting married, and Ray J ended up getting Princess Daddy. Whoop de whoop. Princess looked just like her mama. Princess is black and Asian. Um, and Tiara and Plastique Miss Nikki Baby, they ended up having a conversation. Um, Miss Nikki Baby's brother had a drinking problem, had a drug problem, and that ultimately led to his passing. And she saw Miss Nikki Baby, she saw Tiara going down the same road, and she didn't want that for her friend. So Tiara, hopefully she's getting it together. She did not want to admit that she had an alcohol problem, which caused her to show out straight up. So hopefully TT gets everything together, and put some music out, because Tiara Marie is she actually makes good songs and good music actually. Um, I said it. I am here for Married to Medicine. I will be reviewing Married to Medicine. And I will review the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood reunion. So stay tuned for that. Um, I think that's pretty much it, y'all. Y'all let me know something else that I can review. I'll try to review. I had thought about doing American Horror Story, but I had watched like a few episodes. I just can't get into it this season. I really can't. I don't know what the hell. I honestly, American Horror Story, for me, they should have honestly had a second season of The Coven, because in my opinion, that's still the best season of American Horror Story. Now, mind you, I didn't watch the first two seasons, so maybe my opinion would change. But The Coven, American Horror Story, was the best season in my opinion. That's the season I started watching, which was season 3, and then I've watched up until now pretty much. But except I missed the hotel. Yeah, American Horror Story. Y'all need to get it together for real. Y'all losing fans. Y'all losing interest, beloved. Okay. Anything else, you guys? Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. I can think of anything else. You guys let me know about anything that I've said in this review. Any comments on anything that I've said in this review and slash update. And all that good stuff. It's good to be back. It's good to be black. I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chill like on Google Plus. Follow me at It's King's World on Twitter. Chase King was here on Facebook. At It's King's World on Instagram. At It's King's World 89 on Snapchat. And I'll see you guys later. Real Housewives of Atlanta. We are back up in here. Season 9. Wow. Wow. Wow.